Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. I'm here. I had a productive day at the house yesterday. It's past midnight. I made jam. I'm going to put a tip for making pie in that description for the video on my other channel because I remembered something when I was talking about adding potato starch because I didn't have cornstarch. And it took a little bit, but I am happy with the results. Then I made dinner. I have some things that I have to thaw out for today, which um, I'll do after I wake up and go downstairs. I brought some things in when I took out the trash. I wore this when I took out the trash. So this is my, says it on the side, hold on, my Kesha hoodie. I actually have this, it's a set. It's my, um, I have my sweatpants and my hoodie that goes with it. So, um, like you could definitely tell when, like, especially growing up when I dressed myself or when my mom dressed me. I have other types of clothing, and I've said this in other videos, mainly like on my other channel, where I feel like the knitting kind of balances different elements out, and I like to just go with how I'm feeling. So, um, this is what I felt like. And I got some things out of my car. One of them had, um, well, one of the things that I got out is a luggage, and I'm bringing out the Slavic Legends Tarot with the Angel Oracle and the Glory to Ukraine Tarot for this reading. So it's the Ukrainian style cabbage rolls, and I was thinking about making it the other day, and then I was like, me always saying like, oh my god, it's meant to be because I found the pattern. It was in the luggage, and I don't have cabbage, but I'm going to the post office today to mail something to my friend, and luckily the prices are aren't like the holiday prices anymore. So, um, at least I heard that through the grapevine. So while I'm out, maybe I'll pick up a cabbage. I was looking at the directions, and I'm thinking about which cabbage to use because one of the first steps I'm not gonna, well, I bought the recipe, and then the proceeds went to uh, Ukrainian sellers' parents. So just in general, like the first step was talking about preparing the cabbage and like boiling it for not long. And I was thinking, well, if I use this cabbage, it is softer than this other cabbage that I was thinking about. And because I would think like if I'm gonna start pulling out cards, sorry. Because I feel like if I use this other cabbage, if I boil it for that amount of time, it might not soften enough. but I'll look more into it. Um, I do have some Keef chicken. I prepared some, I made some, and I still have some in the freezer because I made a couple of servings. So, I was just thinking, because, um, like just customizing stuff in your life. Well, it started off when I was trying to find a song because I just am enjoying making playlists because it's honestly like having my iPod again. Of course, you can put songs on your iPhone or wherever you have your music on, but I usually just go on YouTube. And I was looking for this one song, and I was thinking, because I was like, why isn't this? I keep doing that. I don't know why I keep like doing that with my S's. Why is this song not on YouTube? And I was like checking, like making sure like I'm not mistaking this song for like this group singing it, and I was like correct, like it's this group and they sing it, but I don't know if there's a specific reason why it's not available to just listen to regularly. And so I mean I found it not on YouTube, and I'm like, is it like too toxic to play it? I feel like a lot of songs I just listen to the beat of it. Um, and I don't think like I like the song, and I don't think like it's so kind of like talking about relationships and stuff, and like arguing and then making up, and it's like I don't know if it was just one of like a song that they tried out. I'm pretty sure it exists, so I'd have to check, but it just made me think about, because that was on my old iPod, and then it made me think about my old phone. And my most notorious phone in my life is like the super beat up phone that I had, like, I guess starting high school and then the beginning of college. Like it was messed up. And that has like the history of me basically, because I had older things on there. I had my music on there, but I don't know much about like phones, but I read from like what I was being like, well, I know why my phone is like that. Um, I think I like broke the third layer of the screen. So, after a while when you drop something, like you drop your phone so many times and it's just like so fucked up that you're just like, whatever, if it falls, it falls. So that's basically what it was. Like it was so messed up that I say the third layer, and I maybe that's correct. But basically, like I would turn it on and I don't know what happened, but like basically it was hard to like push either button because there's a top button and then there's like it used to have the circle thing. And that was already kind of like stiff or whatever. And so I would get to like the screen and like do my thing on my phone. And then I would get to like a couple seconds of using my phone, and then it would just like gradually like from the bottom to the top of the phone would start to black out. So I'm like, okay. So I like tried to like press the top button to like get it to like not turn off completely, but just to, um put the screen like kind of off, and I would have to wait a couple of seconds because if I didn't wait a couple of seconds, then oh my God, it's such a long, sorry. So I would have to wait a couple of seconds because if I didn't wait, then it would still be black and I wouldn't be able to see. So after those couple of seconds, it would be like kind of regular again, but then it would go through that whole process. So I'd have to be like quick with what I had to do. So like good luck trying to use my phone. But I keep the phone because, well, it's in my storage unit. I keep it because like it has all those things. And oh, at this point, like it can only be used, well, for the most part, like I feel like maybe you can use it without the charge, but it's most likely to be used as much as you can use it when it's charged. And I also had like a mess up charger when I was in college because I was like in college and then this was just community college when I was doing my prerequisites and I like when your charger's messed up and you keep like doing this with your phone like you keep like trying to get sorry you keep like trying to like get it to charge at a certain angle so like um this was me just in like literally in college and then I was at the college and it was opening up my charger like exposing the wires and I was like trying to like mess with it to like tie it up and then I tied up like the rubber part and then I plugged it in. Nothing happened, but um sorry. And then eventually it charged. Like you would see it and it'd be like notifying you that it's charging and you're like, okay, I'll just keep it like this. So, and I was thinking that because like I just remember like going even further back when like maybe a couple phones back, I had like one that was like a T phone. Like it was like a square and then you would flip it. Sorry, this is a long intro. And then like you had like the keyboard to text and stuff. So the first couple of phones, not the very first phone, I didn't text off of my first phone. I have to say this is this is a long intro. Um I didn't text off of my phone in the beginning because like texting was expensive until a certain point. So, like it just reminded me about let's like phone like ringtones and that used to be like my shit. Like I still do. I love customizing everything. So, at that point, my ringtone was like the Kill Bill whistle. And I know that there's like different versions of it, but I just had like the whistle, not just like I had the whistle one. And then like back in the day when you used to let's see, like dedicated to like getting yourself the the ringtone that like you wanted because like you used to have to record it and then some of them were super memorable. Like I remember some people's ringtones because when their mom would call and their ringtone went off, like that was like their favorite song at that point. And probably to this day, like it's still one of their like oldies but goodies. And um like I went to work with one of the technicians that I went to work with and she had like the text message like Kim Possible if you don't know it's like a cartoon that beep from the show and then my brother has like right now he has I remember his ringtone from back in the day um but he has the texting one as like instant message like IM or screen names like if you know you know And whenever like your message would come in, it would make that noise. And it's just like the dedication. And now my ringtone is like the Hobbit ringtone. So it's just kind of like one of those things. Sorry, I'm just me like reacting to the cards as I'm telling the stories. It's interesting energy for sure. Me like pulling out all these cards and trying to make my videos a little shorter because um it's just not uploading quickly with this internet. Sometimes I like fall asleep and the tray is like literally here and I'm like falling asleep like underneath the tray. That's I don't know if that's a telltale sign that I don't move a lot when I sleep because I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm uploading a video. It's just like an interesting energy. It almost feels like the future of, with the lion and the lion's territory, and like that's the turf. And even like, what is it? The Chronicles of Narnia, like when the lion comes there, and I feel like there's more other significance to it too, if you're thinking about that. Like even religious significance in like it doesn't have to be religious, but certain viewpoints or things that you hold like firm on because the future is like the fire energy, the King of Wands, and I associate that with Leo, um, or fire energy. You don't have to read the signs, but just to say. And again, I've mentioned this, like there's also doves on here, so there's also like keeping that peace in a way, which is almost a little bit of a paradox, but you're thinking about that aspect because the overall energy, it's the and don't be alarmed. So you have the double card with the Seven of Pentacles, and it just makes me think that I'm like, it feels like unraveling because with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like waiting for seeds to grow, or like even honestly waiting for paint to dry. There's something that has to do with the process of it, whether it's exciting or not. There's just something that seems a little tedious. But this is a great card to have with the future card because this is like the clarifier card. As I said, like, and also with the paradox of like holy wars, like you're fighting and it's like kind of religion that is just put into the mix. Not saying that it necessarily is, but you have the magician here, and the magician is a person or like people that have like their resources and it's like dedicated for some type of specific purpose. It's not um and it's not little either because when you have the magician is a a person that can kind of pull things out of the hat and it may be unexpected or it might not be unexpected, but regardless, like the magician here has like their resources. And even if they don't have their resources, but I mean, I feel like they do, it's almost like they know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows their cousin that can help get this done. It just seems like having like just everything and putting it together and just going like head on with it. And the shield also reminds me, I don't know, it's like in the olden days when you would protect yourself with the shield and the arrows would come down and then they would have like this different formation where the shields would be like lined up in the front and then you would also have the shields like at the top to like to cover the head so that the arrows wouldn't go through. And at this point, I feel like it might be a good harvest. There might be somebody trying to take the harvest because with the Seven of Pentacles, it might be it's always kind of unexpected because it's like coming from the ground and not knowing what is there type of thing because um it seems like the harvest or some type of resource is excellent enough and maybe somebody already knows that it's excellent enough to where they're trying to see if they could take it for themselves. And it reminds me of like also resources since I'm on the West Coast right now and it is like utilizing certain things because you think about um let's see like water sources and a lot of the West Coast gets their water from a specific source. So they get it from like a certain body of water, and it's not just one state that gets this water from this one source. It's multiple. Then you think, what about the ocean? The ocean's expensive to purify the water and to make it drinkable and usable. So what it's doing is that it's taking a lot from this one area. And now it's trying to figure out other ways of how to transfer certain resources and get it from other places. Back in the day, they have things that have lasted a long time, like um, aqueducts from the Roman Empire. Stays clean, it's efficient, it's been there for a mega long time, and it almost seems like there's an abundance, and areas like that have different places where you could just get water. Um, and I hope I don't say that too like nonchalantly if it's not um as easy as that, but it's one of those things where maybe other people are trying to find other ways to get what is needed. Um, and it can be dire too. And on another note, if this is more like an everyday thing, which honestly I don't feel like it's an everyday thing, and honestly it kind of feels like light against dark in a way. As a Libra, I do like the balance, so I do see like different areas of it. But um, like since I'm here, I'm supposed to take other courses. So I will be taking other courses to add to my degree and um honestly since I'm here I might as well and it's a matter of like what I'm trying to do. So it's going to be the medical field. So thinking maybe phlebotomy, maybe medical coding. Um my parents wanted me to go to pharmacy school, which is a long process even after going to school because you still need to get your hours and it's a lot of hours and you're still doing your well that's your rounds for different um establishments to get that experience and what you can see and learn there, your rotations. um You also have the Queen of Cups here. And I feel like the Queen of Cups might be affected a lot by the Devil card since she or he is water energy. And it's almost like putting out the fire because she has the picture there. And since the wands is like fire too, that could be kind of like fire with fire. So it's almost like, again, with the last reading, it was kind of like head-on energy. Um, it at this point, it feels like there's a little more agility to it. So almost like ducks in a row. I don't know, for the future card, it just feels like somebody or some like group of people, they just like have their shit together. So the present is I didn't even turn over the other cards. So, okay. The present is the Nine of Pentacles with the Emperor card, and even more fire in the beginning, too. And the Nine of Pentacles. So when I see the Nine of Pentacles and there was the Seven of Pentacles as in the overall energy, and it's no wonder that the Devil energy is kind of like peering over, because the Nine of Pentacles is a person that um maybe is like the avid gardener or has been doing this and knows like the tips and tricks of like what to do, and it doesn't have to be necessarily with gardening, but just to have that as an example, that I feel like the devil sees that this person or people, they're experienced at what they do. So because they're experienced, it's not a surprise that the harvest is turning out to be an excellent source. And it can even like it can affect or bring other people in or bring other sources. There's that type of growth that comes out of it too. So you have the Taurus energy, which is the Empress energy, and that can be really earthy. So it's going from 3 to 4, and so that can be like a ground, almost like, how do you say that? Ground taking, groundbreaking, groundbreaking. Oh my God. Like almost groundbreaking how that growth process is. It's almost like an elevation. I'm not saying one is better than the other, but it does move forward in the major arcana. So the Magician Major Arcana, Devil Major Arcana, Emperor, and the Tower are the ones from the Glory to Ukraine Tarot. I didn't show the Tower yet, but the obstacle is the Six of Swords. I would say if this is affecting the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups seems like it can be associated with the King of Wands. Now, I'm not saying it's like enemies to lovers, but they are kind of like opposites in a way, which I don't feel like it's a bad thing. And I feel like in some ways that maybe the Queen of Cups is trying to alleviate some of that pressure from the King of Wands. So the Six of Swords, it's almost like um I feel like it has to do with the Queen of Cups mainly. If it's not the same person, it could be the same person in different aspects of them. But to like maybe slow your roll or to not let the everything that's happening around you like kind of get out of hand, and it can be a mental or emotional thing where there's a lot and we're trying to manage all of those things. So instead of maybe taking it all at once or taking like an accelerated course of action, it might be good to plan, and then once all of the sources are there, then it could be like full on. So how to overcome the obstacle, and as I was saying that, you have the Four of Pentacles, and that's kind of like gathering all of those resources too into maybe look at all of the things that need to be done or the things that you can think and feel like what would accommodate this situation the best. With the Four of Pentacles with the Four of Wands, oh my god, it's like 4 and 4, so 44. And I really associate that with like angel numbers. Why I like to look into other types and all types of angel numbers, but like 44 is definitely one of those main ones, and I have it here too. So it just seems like the preparation's there, and I'm not saying there isn't anything that might cause an uproar on the inside or maybe externally too, but it's just like one of those things where it's like um there just because there are reasons or people saying that you can't do something doesn't mean like honestly like it doesn't mean shit. Like just follow your heart. And I know it's not just like following your heart, but also look at other things too. Like if you had to look at finances since the Four of Pentacles is here, have to look at different things that are like the logistic parts of it. Logistical, no, that's not it. Looking at the different elements of what is there and what it can be and what is to come, that sort of thing. I feel like it is a planning period since the Seven of Pentacles again is present. I feel like that's a really important card, but since it's with the Nine of Pentacles in this reading, it's just one of those things where um sorry. I feel like it's one of those things where the Nine of Pentacles wouldn't let things like wither or go sour or like spoil. Like this Nine of Pentacles energy will keep it going. And it's just not in this person to just have something just um, be not prosperous. And if something does go wrong and if something does need to be tended to or even remade, like if you're making food or doing something in your work area and something needs to be done over, it feels like those lessons that are learned from it, but I don't feel like things are moving in that direction. I feel that things are being pretty steady. Like there's like a sturdiness to it. And I feel like the element of surprise was already there. The past, again, as I was saying, Major Arcana Tower with the Ace of Wands. So this like kind of already jump started like a beginning in some way. Because the Ace of Wands is the beginning and the Tower card, it may not look like it, but it's like major change, and it seems like there is like a destination course to it, or there is like a purpose. With the Wands energy, you can associate with spirituality too. So it does feel like kind of that type of change, like divine change. But um even if it was taken by surprise with the Nine of Pentacles, it's like met up with something that is I don't know, like equally as badass because um you can just tackle it too. So I'm gonna go through some of the oracle cards. I didn't turn over all the cards yet, but you have Beloved One, Archangel Chamuel. I'm helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. With Life Review, take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. And since I turned this over with the Six of Cups from the Slavic Legends Tarot, and that's a card that a lot of it is associated with the past too. So it seems like there's something that in your life that maybe you're really, really changing up so that the divine timing comes in and kind of swoops you off your feet. Like you could say it's relationships, you could say it's like something else, but it just seems like it's a preparation for things that um it almost feels like an in-between time. It kind of reminds me of like Twilight Zone because that's kind of what I was feeling like. I just got my sleep schedule somewhat adjusted because now I'm not getting tired at different times when I'm on the West Coast. But um, it just seems like at this time is moving a little differently or strangely. It's you have 10 and 10 here, so there's a lot of like balancing cards or well, there's the 4 and 4 and now there's the 10 and 10. So I pulled the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles with the 8 of coins, 8 of pentacles. So you have 7 of pentacles and 8 of pentacles here from two decks. And it looks like it's almost like heavy at work because these coins, it looks like they're trying to build on top of what's already there. And it doesn't feel like it's trying to really slow down. So this was like the last couple of cards for the cards that I pulled from the Slavic legends. So I feel like it could be more towards the future where um things accelerate in that way, but I feel like at this time it might be a good thing to um again like slow your roll just in case or a good time to do some things or to make certain preparations. You also have the 10 of cups. 10 of cups just seems like for some reason the cups really stand out to me in this right now. And I don't know if you can see on the camera, but each cup is like an individual cup. They're the same ones. So to every disadvantage comes an equivalent advantage. I feel like there is an interesting aspect with individualism here. It's almost like putting your own flair into it. Because the thing is, especially when you're preparing for your own future, like remembering that you aren't this other person, like say your parents want you to do something, and then you're just like, that seems like a good path and all, but I'm just kind of pure chaos, and I just don't feel like that path like really jives with me. Um, there again is like other things that go along with it. Um, but it just seems like your path is your path, and um, the things that have happened or that you experience in the present, I feel like are important for you to really embrace. And with every part of your life, I, f- I feel strongly to be happy with how you feel like you are as a person. Because if you try to like strip that away from yourself, it's one of those things where you say you look into a mirror and you don't know like who this person is. At least when you are looking at yourself at the end of the day, you're happy with the choices that you make or the person that you are. And again, with looking into different things because life is life, and sometimes when you want to be doing certain things, maybe you can make certain like you learn more things about yourself. And I don't want to say like make compromises, but um see what path or like choice really works for you, or what you feel super strongly about, and what even like when you're not buying something right away too. This is just another example, and you don't buy it as I just said right away, and you take your time to think about it, and after all that time you still are feeling like you would get the thing that you were thinking about getting. It's almost like you're that's one of those things where you're like, well, time has flown by and I'm still really devoted to this specific thing. And maybe there's like a reason why. And I'm putting out all these things, so it's really to maybe get the mind going. The two cards, because they were all pulling out in twos. Creative writing, Archangel Gabriel, make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen, an article or book. With breathe, Archangel Raphael, take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and release old patterns. It just seems like um, I'm putting these examples out to see where you feel like your life is fitting. Um, and I've gone through a lot of different changes in life, and I'm sure everyone has. And I feel happy when I say, like, when things happen or I do things, or um, I still could look at myself and I'm like, damn, I'm happy with this thing or that thing. Like, you can find something that you're truly, like, genuinely happy about with yourself. I think that's like a big motivation and big step to like keep it going. So I have passion, Archangel Haniel, trust and follow your renewed passion in your love life and career, and take your power back, Archangel Raziel. Use your God given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. And with the rainbow there, I really feel like there's like that self expression. And I would say that you take matters into your own hands with your life, also to think about that life is an investment. So it's really putting the work into the things that you would want to do. Um, Again, there could be twists and turns and different ways to do things and incorporate things. But if you look at your life and how it is now, is there a reason why it's in this spot or in that spot? And if you would want to do something, or if you're like content and then you would like to continue on with this path, it's something to think about. And then there's angel therapy, Archangel Raphael. Give your cares and worries to us angels and allow us to take your burdens. With brilliant ideas, Archangel Uriel. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea to fruition. So, with the angel therapy, I feel that if there are areas where there are certain places or a person or people that help, or like even spirituality to your religion, that help make things more believable or more um, happier, or easier to move forward with. I feel like it's a good thing, and I don't feel like it's bad to lean on those areas because, or lean on those like a specific person or people or thing that makes things easier because it can really help while you are. I was also getting like tending to or like fixing other things in your life. So that was the reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video. Bye.